Thanks for hanging out with us for Boss Battle Child Hunger, everyone. Got a few donations to read off. Desert Eagle donated $12 towards the X-Men Arcade Character Select with the message, have you really been far even as decided to use even go want to do look more like? Thanks for your donation. We've also got SA Lock with $2 towards the Rhythm Heaven Fever Bonus Showcase with the message, I am a poor, so sorry it ain't more, but dang it Kong, you talked me into it. Go Canes, go Dodgers. Thank you for your donation. We've also got Sir Phobos, who donated $20 to Bloodstained Curse of the Moons and Getsu only. Thank you so much. And Dog Developer, who donated $5 also to the Rhythm Heaven Fever Bonus Showcase. Thanks so much for your donations. Y'all stick around and we'll get some games going. Hello everyone, welcome to RGLTV's Boss Battle Child Hunger. And for those of you that have been here most of the weekend, welcome back, thank you. I am LRock617, I've got a few arcade games to dole out for you today. And I'm not gonna lie, we're absolutely starting with the hardest one despite the short estimate. Alien Syndrome is a game that I learned during Spoopy Month. It's absolutely a Sega classic. It was developed from the same developers as Shinobi, Altered Beast, and Golden Axe, so it's got a pretty decent amount of arcade lore and pedigree. I originally tried to learn this game just as like a typical 1cc some number of years back, and I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't enjoy it. Like, it just wasn't really to my gameplay taste. But as luck would have it, the YouTube algorithm had me upon a run that was actually intended to be more of a speed run, and it was really fast. It was like a sub 7. I think the actual time has it like a 6:58 or something. And it was intriguing, so I sat down and learned it, and I actually ended up getting not only a 1cc out of it, but eventually working my way to world record. I think I have a 6:52 now. And I'll be perfectly honest, it's not the most marathon safe game I've ever tried for a couple reasons. Not getting the 1cc is one thing, that would be perfectly fine, you know, but you know, you can always try again. However, this game doesn't allow continues if you game over. So if I lose all 3 lives, like, we're done. We move on to the next game. And I checked all the dip switches. Sega doesn't play in that. Like, you get good or you get dead. Those are your options. It's a really fast game, and it's really fascinating, and it has a lot of really cool speed tech, but it's really hard. I'm not gonna lie. If the run goes kaput, just know I did my best. The 2 characters we have here, I believe their names are Rick and Mary. They play exactly the same. And also, for those nuts about certain lore aspects, if this reminds you of a movie that may or may not have the same title as a word in the title of this game, don't be surprised. Anyway, let's go ahead and get her started. I'll do my best to talk my way through what I can, but there are going to be a lot of situations where I'm going to invoke quiet time because I really have to scramble. So, let's pop this in. 2 characters here. I always play as Rick just because he's the first in the character select screen, allows me to cycle runs faster, so we'll go 3, 2, 1, go, I guess? Okay, it skipped me ahead. I didn't know it could default there. Get used to hearing that. We hear it at the beginning of every stage. So we start off every stage with our little basic gun. You don't get to keep special weapons through stages. Our goal in each room is to capture rescue 10 captives, along with making sure we can get to the end chamber to fight the boss. For this stage, our special weapon of choice is this fireball gun. Not one of the best special weapons, but it does the job. Oof, nice. And I'll be honest, the stage 1 boss is, for my money, actually one of the hardest, especially if you're trying to go fast. It's actually reasonable if you're willing to be safe, which means not me. So we're gonna finish the first phase, get that to do that. Go for 1 cycle, didn't get it. That's fine, I'd rather be safe there. Very easy to get hit by that thing. Okay, there we go. Move on to stage 2. Ideally for speed, you want to get a 1 cycle on that guy, but it's not easy. You have to mash like almost on a specific frame. Stage 2 is, I think, a little bit simpler. It's a little bit harder overall than stage 1, but the boss makes up for it. Work our way through some of these ne'er-do-wells. It was unfortunate I missed him in the first cycle. So as you can tell, we're moving quite fast during this. Like, I'm not really trying to slow down in the interest of safety. Like, I'm here for speed. Flamethrower is our special weapon this stage. It's really good. Because, you know, the thing about flamethrowers in video games is this is actually one of the better games for it, I think. So for a kidney bean boss, we're gonna sit here and mash until the outer shell is gone. Okay. Move up here for the second shell. I'm gonna try and get rid of either 3 or 4 of these, depending on how the game is willing to behave, before I move on to the next. Okay. And don't love that. That's pretty unlucky. Okay, there we go. We'll move on. Got a little bit unlucky with the global timer on the third phase, but we're fine.
The time bomb is set.
So as you can see, I'm actually going in a, for speed purposes, predetermined pattern of movement to be able to rescue the companions that I need to save the most time. It's just my best option for optimizing. We can fall off this bridge, so I want to be really careful here. Kill that guy. Move down here. We've got the fireball gun back for this stage. Oh, whoa, no. Okay, that was really scary. I missed the incoming shot and had to double back. Don't you do it. Okay, kill you, got an orb. Orbs allow us to have security behind. That's very unfortunate. I did not want that to happen at all. If we die, we get to keep our special weapon, but that's down 1 life. So this boss, ideally we want to be able to 2-cycle, but that is challenging. Move down here, try to go for the best. The eyeballs are the big problem. One that moves circles like that. Can we get a 2-cycle? Not quite, but pretty close. We'll move on. Definitely not great to take a death for stage 5. Stages 5 and 6 are the real gatekeepers.
The time bomb is set.
Okay, so for this stage I think is actually one of the simpler ones, but it's offset by the fact that the boss is one of the hardest. This room, however, is a challenge. I'm going to try and corner here, go through that, get the laser. Laser's very good. Maybe the best special weapon in the game. Fires in a straight line. It does damage on every frame where it's active. It's quite strong. Move down here, over this way. Okay, I'm going to move around here. This is actually a manip strat. I'm going to hug the outside wall, rescue this comrade, go down here, and to get into where I want to go, I'm going to box up here.
Go to the exit.
Okay, move back. Pretty easy room, but here comes this boss. This boss is really fast. I call him Shmup Boss for a reason. The blue shots aren't anything that problematic. Those red shots, though, are gross. I'm not trying to get hit by those at all. Okay, so relatively safe fight. If you're trying to do, like, actual fast strats on that boss, it's brutal. It's all visual cues. It's one of the few boss fights that I'm on playing safe.
Time bomb is set.
Okay, stage 5. First problem with this stage, there's a glass overlay, so it's really hard to see stuff. They did that on purpose. Sega was kind of mean with that one. These enemies are also very fast. They move incredibly quickly, and that's something I'm going to have to always be mindful of. Do this. Oof, almost didn't get that one. Also, the holes they spawn out of are also a hitbox, so I have to be mindful of that as well. Okay, is there an enemy by the door? There is. Gross. Okay. Oh, yeah, that was really unlucky. So that enemy appearing by the door is one of the biggest threats in the game, and I was able to deal with him, but I was not able to deal with his friend who was on the other side of the wall. Yeah. Never had to deal with that guy. Apologies, everybody. It didn't happen. We tried, though. Do BBC, which is a brewing company that we have here in the Bluegrass State. A few things happened I didn't want to see happen, so we did our best. Anyway, I'll go ahead and get a intermission up, and we'll move on to X-Men and check our character selection, okay? Y'all stay tuned.